Well, Jacelle and I have been in this for a real long time. So, and it's a lot of stuff like you guys are seeing this season where, the whole world wasn't privy to, some of the stuff that Jacelle and I was going through, like, or the times we separated or that we were broke up. Even while we were engaged or even while I was still wearing my ring, we had moments where it just was like not happening. But and things happened during those times when we weren't together.
You might have thought that young Joc and Kendra were finally in a stable place, but get ready for a shock because just when it seemed like their relationship had weathered all the storms, the truth came to light, and it's messier than anyone expected. A heated argument erupted in public, and let's just say Joc didn't hold anything back. Onlookers were stunned as the shouting intensified, accusations flew, and Kendra revealed a bombshell that left everyone stunned. But here's the twist. There's undeniable evidence that this wasn't merely an argument. Something serious was exposed and the betrayal runs deep. Joc wasn't just angry. He felt completely humiliated, and the cause of it all? A name that no one ever saw coming.
It's hard living this life.
No, it really is. So I just got a text from my wife. She's it's a text to me and her mom. She said, "I'm divorcing Jacelle, mom. A blog has accused him of cheating on me, so I'm done." Like, that's what I'm dealing with in real life. Like, in real life, see what it says? Yep, the girl who used to work for him. So this is what I'm really dealing with, and that's I'm gonna be as transparent as I could be, because this is what happens when you play like this. You play on people's lives. You play on whatever they may be dealing with, and they have to deal with real circumstances. So this is what I'm dealing with this morning. Yeah.
Young Joc and Kendra's relationship has never exactly been smooth sailing. From the very beginning, people were skeptical. Joc, with his history of being linked to multiple women and his notorious reputation as a player, was always walking on thin ice with Kendra. Kendra, on the other hand, tried to stick by him, but let's be honest, she knew exactly what she was getting into. Their relationship has been a whirlwind, full of cheating rumors, public disputes, and moments that had people questioning why they were still together. There was that time Joc was caught in a compromising situation with other women, and although Kendra forgave him, or at least acted like she did, the trust issues never fully disappeared. Recently, things had been feeling off again between them, and word around town was that Kendra was once again doubting Joc's loyalty. But this time, it wasn't just about another random woman. There were whispers of something deeper. People close to the couple noticed the growing tension, and it was clear that something was simmering beneath the surface. Then came Scrappy, Joc's longtime friend. These two had been through it all, always having each other's backs despite the drama. So, when things started getting weird between Joc and Kendra, no one expected Scrappy to get involved. But what happened next shocked everyone. It all went down at an upscale lounge in Atlanta. Witnesses said that Joc and Kendra walked in together, but the atmosphere was already tense. Kendra appeared annoyed, Joc looked stressed, and it was obvious that something was about to go down. This wasn't just a casual night out, it was a showdown waiting to erupt. Then, right in the middle of the lounge, in front of everyone, Kendra yelled, "You're a joke. That's why he's better than you." As soon as those words left her mouth, the entire room fell silent. Everyone turned to see Joc's reaction, and trust me, it wasn't pretty. Joc lost it. Tables flew, glasses shattered, and people immediately started recording the chaos. As the scene unfolded, people were recording everything. Joc was yelling, security was rushing in, and Kendra? She just stood there, cool and collected. That's what really set Joc off. She knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted to humiliate him in front of everyone. Security had to step in before things spiraled even further, but by then, the damage was already done. Everyone in that lounge could feel the intensity, and it was clear something major had been exposed. But here's the real bombshell. This wasn't just a random fight. It was about who Kendra was referring to. Just as security was pulling Joc away, someone else walked in, Scrappy. And when Joc laid eyes on him, everything clicked. The realization hit him like a ton of bricks. It's him. You've been sleeping with Scrappy. The room went completely silent. Scrappy looked like a deer caught in headlights. And instead of denying it, Kendra just stood there with a smug, knowing smile. That smile said it all. It confirmed the truth. The internet went wild in minutes. Videos of the entire fight flooded social media, and people began to dissect every moment, every word, every reaction. Joc's humiliation, Kendra's audacity, Scrappy's guilt. It was all out, there for the world to see. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it did.
I'm gonna do. Because as a man, guess what? I got to stand on mine too.
Yeah,
Because guess what? Let me tell you something. I didn't go to college. Guess what?
Fine.
I want my kids to go to college. So we can say that right
good.
now. I don't want them to go that direction. I want them to go to college. I can say that with you too.
Right.
But don't sit here in front of the world, in front of a medium, and say, "Oh, I wouldn't want my son or your sons to be like you." Hold on. No, you gonna put some respect on my name. Because at the end of the day, I'm successful. I take care of my kids.
Okay.
Ain't none of my kids out here in dire need of love and support.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that. Okay? Because I don't appreciate that. Because there's some things about you that I could say I wouldn't want my daughters to do.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna
Tell
do
me.
that. I respect you and I love you enough.
I want this magazine to know
No. I
what
respect
it is about
the integrity.
me. You don't want your daughters.
I'm not gonna do that.
Like,
I'm not gonna do that.
Be my guest.
I'm not
gonna
do
be
that.
slighted, honey.
I'm not gonna do that. That's where we have to draw the line.
The internet had absolutely no chill after everything went down. As soon as the footage of Joc losing his cool in the lounge hit social media, everyone had something to say. Some were cracking jokes about Joc getting played, while others were stunned by Kendra's boldness. Some even went so far as to call it the most disrespectful breakup of the year. And of course, there were those who had always warned Joc about Kendra, and they were all over social media with their "we told you" posts, thoroughly enjoying the drama. Just when things started to calm down, Kendra and Scrappy were spotted together later that same night. Yep, they were out in Atlanta, acting like nothing had happened, with no shame or remorse. And here's the kicker. Kendra was literally wearing Joc's chain. Now let that sink in. Not only did she betray him in front of everyone, but now she's out here flaunting the same jewelry he probably bought for her. The disrespect was unreal. Meanwhile, back at home, Joc was losing it. Witnesses said he was pacing around, throwing his phone, and muttering to himself in rage. And honestly, who could blame him? The whole world had watched him take this massive L, and now his longtime friend was out there living it up. But Joc wasn't about to just sit back and accept it. If Kendra and Scrappy thought he was going to cry about it and move on, they were in for a surprise. His first move? Cutting Kendra off financially. Joc had been helping her with various business ventures and setting her up nicely, but that gravy train had come to a screeching halt. Word on the street is he's already distancing her from everything tied to his name. As for Scrappy, he got cut off too. Joc had been working on music projects with him and giving him business opportunities. But that's all over now. Joc pulled the plug on everything, leaving Scrappy scrambling to figure out his next steps. And the mess Kendra left behind? Joc's legal team is already diving into financial records, and guess what they're finding? Allegedly, Kendra had been spending Joc's money on lavish trips with Scrappy. Yep, while Joc thought he was supporting their lifestyle, Kendra was out enjoying cocktails with his so-called friend. Now, there are whispers that Joc might take legal action. Word is he's considering filing a lawsuit for emotional distress. And honestly, after everything he's gone through, no one would fault him for it. But if you thought Kendra and Scrappy were feeling any guilt, think again. Less than 24 hours after the drama unfolded, Kendra posted a story on Instagram. Just a black screen with 2 words. "Excuse me." She knows exactly what she's doing. Scrappy wasn't silent either. He posted a selfie, smirking, with the caption, "Loyalty is everything." Fans were outraged, calling for them to be canceled. The comments were flooded with accusations, labeling Scrappy a snake and Kendra a mastermind. One person wrote, "Kendra really played the long game on Joc. She stayed quiet through all his mess just to turn around and do this? Nah, that's next level petty." Another added, "Scrappy's been shady for a while, but to do this to his own friend? That's straight up betrayal. Joc might be messy, but he didn't deserve this." But the real question remains. Was this just a brief fling, or has Kendra been playing Joc all along?
So it's your father losing his multi-million-dollar business for another. You checking on him. You ain't checking on me.
Hold on, let me talk.
But you checking on.
Let me talk.
Man, I'm sick of this.
Just when it seemed like this scandal couldn't get any worse, an anonymous source dropped some bombshell evidence. And trust me, these messages are messy. Screenshots of alleged text conversations between Kendra and Scrappy came to light. And it's clear this affair wasn't just a one-time slip-up. The messages indicate this had been going on for months, involving secret meetups, late-night texts, and even plans to be together long before Joc and Kendra's drama made headlines. One text from Kendra says, "I'm tired of sneaking around, but I can't let him find out yet." So it looks like she was expecting this to come out eventually, but it gets worse. Carly Red apparently tried to warn Joc. Now, we all know Carly tends to stick her nose in everyone's business, but this time she might have actually been trying to help. Rumors suggest that months ago, Carly pulled Joc aside and warned him to be cautious, saying Kendra was getting too close to Scrappy. Joc didn't take it seriously. Maybe he didn't want to believe it, or maybe he thought Carly was just stirring the pot. But he ignored the warning, and now the betrayal stings even more. Let's not forget, Scrappy wasn't just some random guy. He was Joc's friend. They shared history, worked together, and ran in the same circles. For Scrappy to look Joc in the eye and pretend everything was fine while secretly hooking up with Kendra, that's cold. And trust me, this isn't over. Joc might have taken a hit in the public eye, but he's not staying quiet. Word is, Joc is planning to spill all the tea in an exclusive tell-all interview. And this isn't just about Kendra and Scrappy anymore. Insiders say Joc is ready to expose Scrappy for more than just the affair. What exactly does that mean? No one knows for sure, but some fans think Joc might have his own receipts to reveal. If he drops them, Scrappy better get ready. Also, let's not forget, Joc might still take legal action. With all the money Kendra allegedly spent behind his back and the emotional toll this scandal has taken on him, Joc could file a lawsuit. If that happens, Kendra and Scrappy might have to answer for a lot more than just the public embarrassment. Right now, all eyes are on Joc, and everyone's waiting to see what he does next. Something tells me Kendra and Scrappy aren't prepared for what's coming. So, what do you think? Did Kendra and Scrappy go too far? Should Joc fight back, or should he let it go? Drop your thoughts in the comments.